Good morning. Yes, it still is morning here. It's 11 a.m. here in beautiful Hawaii, and we're going to make a little brunch for President's Day here. It'll be about 900 calories, give or take, but simple, easy, and should keep me full for the rest of the day. Won't be too heavy. I'll be able to run later and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Uh-huh. Where'd my knife fee go? So there'll certainly be an element of cutting involved. You don't need to go overkill on this, but I do like starting off with a nice home knife. Speed's not important here, just long, smooth strokes work just fine. Now hold a nice little angle there, right in line with the angle of your blade. There we go. All right. So we got two little red skin potatoes. Get accurate calorie counts here. You gotta use weight here. So let's go ahead, weigh these guys out. 5.4 ounces. We'll round that up to 6 ounces to give us a little bit of buffer and make my counting easy. Got the steak here. You can see what part was exposed to the air. That's okay. We're not going to be too worried about that. It should be about the size of a deck of cards, and let's see what we got here. 4.05 ounces. I'm good. Deck of cards is going to give you 4 ounces of protein, or at least 4 ounces of steak here. What's going on, CJ? Cool. So we got that. We'll go ahead and set that to the side for now. We got a 1/4 cup of shredded mozzarella. What's going on, Red? You know, hey, that's nice, Mo. How you doing, LP? 1/4 cup of mozzarella. We're going to cut a cup of pineapple up, fresh pineapple there. We got an egg. We got an orange. And ooh, I don't know about fried rice. I've never had pineapple in fried rice, but or potato in fried rice. But now we're just gonna do fried potatoes. You know, a little bit of steak, an egg action, pineapple on the side. Mozzarella will go on top, and it will be good. Got jalapeno here. Got a little bit of onion. You'll see it'll come together nicely here. But with that being said, that is brunch, so we can make a cocktail. I mean, we are reverting to the 2,000 calorie a day diet. Reach crisis levels, broke 200 on the scale. Action needs to be taken. So I want something light that I can still work out with later in the day. Oh yeah, I do like my Spam. So we'll go ahead and put a handful of ice in there or so. If it melts a little bit, so what if it dilutes it? We'll be fine. Got that. could use man strength and just, oh, thanks, girl dad. And just squeeze the living shit out of that orange. But I'm just going to use a juicer here. Oh yeah, it should be. It'll turn out nice. Oh man, keep cooking simple. Alright, so we got our freshly squeezed orange juice here. And it goes there. And we'll hit it up with a shot of vodka, you know? Yeah, shoot me a message and we can talk about it. You know, I don't have anything to write your stuff down here, so I'll take a look. Gigantic. 1 shot of vodka to 1 orange. I mean, and it's not going to be a super strong screwdriver, especially with the ice in there that's going to dilute it down. And if you wanted to be all fancy and garnish it with an orange slice, you could, but you want the neighbors to think you're just drinking a cup of orange juice, yeah? So I'm a big fan of screwdrivers, but we got that taken care of. So let's get all of our cutting done, and then we can just start cooking from there with everything already prepared. Welcome, Thailand. And then we're just gonna, that's nice thin jalapeno slices, just like that. There we go. Got those all nice and good, ready to go. Let's get some of the onion up. I don't want a ton of onion, I just want like floaty level of onions here. Oh, you want a pineapple slice as a garnish? Well, you can also do your screwdriver with pineapple juice or half pineapple juice, half half pineapple juice, half orange juice, and it would be just fine. There, look, I'm a tropical uppity bitch now. We'll come back to the pineapple. Don't get me started on that. So the onion, we don't want any onion that's been sitting on the counter exposed in air, but we'll just cut around it here. Oh, thank you. Well, I do live in Hawaii, so we do what we can. Now, I want my onion to be about the same thickness as the jalapeno. That way I'll cook at about the same rate of time. So I'm not going to go super small, but just little speed bumps for your taste buds, all right? It's a texture thing. Steak, you know, this is round steak, so it's kind of tough as it is. So I am going to just slice it down and physically tenderize it. I'm not going to worry about too much about steak being rare or high quality. It'll be just fine. First step, we'll go flat here. Then make sure your knife is parallel. And then just don't cut yourself. Don't go submarining through the bottom of the meat. And then you could get another cut out of these, but you really don't need to. So we're gonna do some morning meat beating here in it. Not just a breakfast bowl, CJ bowl. Now round steak can certainly be tough, but if you beat the shit out of it with a hammer, that significantly reduces that risk of it being too chewy. Well, no shit, Monka. You don't need flaming young for this. Although you eat any damn thing, so, you know, life's good. You eat the cat out of the dumpster. And then just get nice little strips. Nice little strips. Yeah. Monica, I really don't feel like dealing with stupidity today. And that was in Ohio, not Hawaii. Yeah. I don't feel like dealing with her fat ass today. And we're gonna get all our ingredients ready to cook before we fire up the grill here. By that I mean this induction hot pot here. What's going on, Mr. Man? Potatoes, and I think I got some cilantro here too. Potatoes. So I want these to cook fast, so I'm going to cut them really small, you know, just a breakfast bowl, Andre, or brunch bowl, whatever you want to call it. Why, thank you. Full day. Appreciate it. Yeah. Dinner's good. Roast chicken's good. You can use those for days and no, no, CJ Cool, I do not. Yeah, I think we got everything we're ready to start cooking with here. Oh, must be. I guess Lordy's being filtered out. I'm not seeing it. I got your little diced redskins here. You can use whatever type of potato you want. Let's go ahead and get that stainless steel up to temperature. It has to be clear, everybody's welcome, but the token has been already filled, you know. And all total, this brunch, counting the cocktails, is going to be like 900 calories. So that's about half of my daily allotment. It's brunch, but it's 11 a.m. here, Andre. Oh, yeah, well, live and let live. Potatoes, put in the vegetables with it, scoop that out, get the steak, hang on top. Oh, just making brunch, old man Saturn. Yeah, I haven't seen JFK in a couple days, you know. Hope he's alright. You know, I know there have been some files released on that subject recently. And I cut the potatoes small enough that I don't really got to worry about them taking forever to cook all the way through. Because, look, that's a small little dice. Try Hawaii, old man Saturn. So, yeah. What's going on, NC Matt? How you doing? What's going on in the Tar Heel state these days? I'm gonna do this over medium heat or whatever. Now, to tell if your stainless steel is heated up right, your water should heat and dance around like it is doing there. So I know that the pan's ready to go. So we'll call that a tablespoon of avocado oil. Swirl it around, let it come up to temperature for 10-15 seconds. It doesn't take long, it's oil, that's what it's there for. Potatoes go in. Now we still need to season these guys, don't we? So we're going to go with the classic You could just go with Lowry's and that would work just fine. And if your pan's been preheated, they shouldn't be sticking. So you see how they're moving around nicely here? Let's get them all mostly in one layer here. Because the seasoning will burn a little bit and stick to the bottom of the pan. I'm not going to freak out about it or anything, but we might have to switch to the pan for the next courses. Salt. Chili powder. I guess I'm feeling a little bit of cumin today. Garlic powder, why not? And a little bit of oregano. And you'll see some of that seasoning burn and get stuck on the bottom of the pan, and you might need to add a touch more oil to help that go along the way. But I mean, stainless steel versus cast iron, we can have that debate. Unless you need something that has really good heat retention, you can do anything you can do in cast iron and stainless steel. You get just as good of a sear. Maybe not quite, but a lot lighter, you can move it around. Don't got to worry about breaking your stove top. Cast iron's cool, don't get me wrong. The vegetables are going in as well. And I'll put off a little bit of moisture that'll steam and help cook your potatoes as well. And adding the cumin, that'll give it a little bit kind of like a southwesty flair to it. Or Mexican flavoring. I mean, garlic and cumin, 50-50 ratio. You can, a little bit of salt, you can get away with using that as a dirty taco seasoning real quick, and it gives you that flavor profile that you're looking for. Button loosening, you gotta pay for that privilege now, JFK. Oh, what's going on, George? Hope you had a good time shopping for milk. I caught it. Yeah, I mean, cast iron's got a lot of good traits. I mean, you just gotta be a little bit more careful. I mean, if you're cooking outside, yeah, but stainless steel is just as easy, man. I mean, a good seasoned cast iron, I'll say, is more non-stick than stainless steel. Although if you do things right with stainless steel, it's not stick. You know, you just I gotta get a little bit more practice. And you know, what's going on, Oliver? How you doing? But yeah, if you're gonna make a screwdriver, it's worth it to squeeze an orange, alright? Big difference. We'll let that steam for a minute or so. Get some heat on them. Yeah, we'll see. It should be a pretty good brunch, I'm hoping. Starting off with fried potatoes, a little bit of steak, a little bit of egg, a little bit of cheese, kind of just like a brunch bowl. A little bit of pineapple to go with it. Just kind of brunch. Even if you do cut potatoes small, they still take they can take a little bit of heat. You don't want to burn them, but oh yeah, move them around a little bit. Cover them for another minute, and then they'll be. Yeah, maybe a couple more minutes. Oh yeah, it is a local pineapple. Alright. We're going to take the skin off the pineapple, just cutting it around just like that. And then I'm just going to take the core out. Just like that. Boom. Boom. I got fresh pineapple, you know? Sure I don't burn anything. Looks like I might have. Oh, no I didn't. I just got some good color on those potatoes. We'll have to deglaze the pan before we move on to the steak, but that's fine. That's not an issue. Board off there. That's still going to be a sticky mess, but that's okay. Run this back to the refrigerator, as well as the ice. Well, yeah, it's brunch, you know, I got the day off, you know, holidays. Nope. They're gonna be just the way I like them. One day I'll try it, but today is not that day. So potatoes cooked through, got a little bit of color on them. Now you're gonna need something acidic to clean that pan off a little bit. I gotta see what I got nearby. Shit. You guess the closest thing I got is, I'll try lime juice. Yeah, that's not gonna do shit. Need some vinegar or something. Oh, fuck. A little bit of water will do the trick. And before you people get mad at me, oh, there's all the flavor. You don't want burnt flavor. What will happen with that? I'll be back in a second. I'm going to dump this out, give it a quick wipe. I got most of it. I got enough of it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get back up to temperature here. President's Day, you know, so I usually get a long weekend in February for them. Oh, what did JFK say? What's going on, VIP? Welcome. Now just for... Here's the base layer. Fried potatoes. Make sure to put a cover on it to keep it warm. Oh, nice. Yes, there are worse things to watch your son get drilled by. Thank you for clarifying that it was teeth. But yeah, who the hell wants to become a dentist, though? Statistics wants. Alright, while that heats back up, let's season our beef. We're just going to do salt and pepper. Real simple. Amount of salt. A good amount of pepper. And you're just going to mix that up. Real simple seasoning on that. That's coming up to temperature nicely. Здравствуйте, мой дорогой. I don't care about Slavic politics, so you do you, Ukraine, you do you. You're not suckering me into that debate. Alright, oil's nice and hot. Just go ahead, throw your steak in, should sizzle up immediately. Give it 30 seconds or so and we'll start moving it around. Making brunch, just a fried potato, steak, egg. Well, yeah, I said that was Russia. You know, and I said I'm not getting into the Russian-Ukraine debate either. And at least half of Russia is Slavic and Ukraine is Slavic, you know? Jesus Christ, Tyrone. No, it's leftover round steak from the other day. We'll give it 30 seconds, then we'll pull out on time, as always. Who's gonna do the dishes, you or my wife? Well, it really comes down to, is it gonna be me or my dogs over? And sometimes the dogs do a pretty good job. I mean, sometimes the dogs do the dishes, so I'm not gonna lie. Got a nice thin steak, it's got a decent sear on them. Into the bowl. Got enough grease left on there. Let's get our egg in there. Let that do its thing. Salt. Pepper. Steam. Yeah. What's going on, CC? Yeah, well, too late, you know. It'll be fine. But just for the record, tell me why not. The deal for real, the deal for real. Why don't you salt the egg? Not like I'm scrambling it. Alright. Want the yolk runny so it can spread out over. Put that in there nicely, just like that. You're done with the heat. Mozzarella, spread that out all over. That's what we're doing. Throw the lid over it, the residual heat will melt everything. A little bit of cilantro to give it something a little bit fresh. I'm going to pull the leaves off the stems because, as we've discussed before, I don't like the shaft. Yeah, a little bit of sweetness never hurts. I agree, George Pitts, but that's for scrambled eggs. It ain't going to make a difference on a fried egg. I got cilantro. Wrap that around in there. A little bit of Frank's Red Hot. Just put the lid on it, give it a minute or so. That should, assuming everything's still hot in there, they'll melt the cheese here. What's going on, Daenerys? How are you doing? Happy Monday. How's it not being a federal holiday in Canada? Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you on scrambled eggs, the real deal, but I don't think it matters on a fried egg. I really don't. Yeah, let me go get a fork and then I can start eating. Yeah, that's fair. You know, not disagreeing with the little things make doing the little things right make the end dishes better. But I'm saying I'm making a fried egg. It doesn't matter one way or another. Oh, is George Canadian too? All right. Here's what we got here. Now to make it the real deal, you're just gonna take that yolk, that gooey yolk, and now you're just gonna mix it all together. That's really, if I was trying to be fancy, I'd call it steak and egg skillet or something. Oh shoot, a family day is nice. Doo-doo. That's not bad. Steak's done perfect, potatoes are done perfect. Jalapeno, cilantro, and the cumin gives it a little bit of Mexican flavor. It's good. Oh, you absolutely could do a burrito, real deal. However, I'm fat as shit right now, and I got a ski trip in like a month, so it's gonna be back to the 2,000 calorie diet for the next month or so. And I can do with skipping the 200 calories in a tortilla right now. So all said and done, cocktail, the pineapple, the meal is about 900 calories. So not quite half my daily limit. Throw in, you know, the Gatorade I had this morning, you know, and that puts me right about 1,000 calories for the day. Went for a nice walk. Still got to work out today. So trying to do kind of light here. But there's enough real food in here. It'll keep you full till the end of the day. I think I'm probably going to do a New York strip for dinner here tonight. Maybe a side of broccoli. Maybe either broccoli and French fries, or you know, fries and a salad, something like that. Yeah, I mean it's real food, it's energy. Uh, Other than maybe some bullshit in the shredded mozzarella, there's no real processed food in here. So I guess you could get it on me for the shot of vodka and the freshly squeezed orange juice, but for the most part, pretty natural. Yeah, but you're not gonna be sitting your fat ass and well, my fat ass in a sauna with a bunch of Europeans naked here in a month and change. And last time I was there, I was well, 2 times ago, I just happened to be staying at the same hotel as. Thank God I was still wrestling. I was in shape, but staying in at the same hotel as the Austrian women's ski team. Life was pretty good that day. Thanks, Rippy. Oh yeah, you don't want to be the fat American. You got to represent and assert dominance at every turn. Well, thank you for real deal. They already kicked my ass skiing around since they were born with like skis. And I didn't learn to ski until I was like 26, 27. And I've only been doing it 5, 6 years or so. I'll tell you what, though, it's hitting the spot, though. If, if Denny's served this quality, they'd be taking over the S&P 500. Yeah, they'll do it. I mean, if you do the Atkins or the keto or whatever and you stick to it, you will drop the weight very quickly. I just don't think that's, for me, a long-term sustainable plan. Oh, thank you, Danny. Well, if you eat good protein that keeps you full or whatever, then you can get by with a lot less carbs. So, Penina, look at it do the dishes. But keto, I don't think you can eat pineapple on keto. And I'll tell you what, pineapple ain't bad for you. Sure, it's got some natural sugars in it, but you need natural shit, you know? Yeah, George Pitt's got a point. Yeah. Well, just like anything else in moderation. Penny, no. Yeah, I mean, I think pineapple's gonna have too much sugar for keto. Nah, Jizra Waddle, just a home cook. But when you do something every day, you might as well be good at it, you know? Probably because I was hungry, real deal, you know? I'm in Hawaii, so my time zone's a little bit weird right now. Are you from BC too, George? Quiet. Yeah, so. Thanks. Good to know. Good to know. So you don't get the ocean moderating the temps for you. Mm-hmm. Oh, yikes, that sounds miserable. It'll stick around for a few days and it'll melt and everything will turn gray. VIP, I'm sorry about that. Parents are dealing with winter up in Michigan right now, and here I am just worrying about getting too much sun the other day. Whistler gets plenty of snow from it, though. Hey. Keiko, come here, buddy. Yeah, Michigan, you know, growing up, the Great Lakes kind of moderated things, so it didn't get as cold as like Wisconsin or Minnesota. But then if it got really cold and Lake Michigan froze over, then it would just get ridiculously cold. I'm working that way, Daenerys. That's another thing we focus on, using fruit as desserts here. Yeah. I don't know. The only times I've been at Whistler, I've had really, really good weather and like at least 6 inches of snow every day. I've gone skiing there. Where are the next Winter Olympics? Oh, wow. Not Torino. It's in Italy. Cortina. Next Winter Olympics are in Cortina and Milan, aren't they? Oh, I mean, I would say Whistler is world class, George. I mean, pretty good. It's kind of the understatement of the day. Please rephrase that to eating a cat, VIP auction group. Unless you're from places where they eat dogs. I'll call them a heathen, but I'll respect their right to eat whatever they want. Uh, I'll probably make a steak for dinner with a side of broccoli or something like that for dinner tonight, Daenerys. Gotta do the math, but I got 1,000 calories left to play with for the day. So everything you saw me eat here, including the drink, was about 900 calories or so. Had a snack earlier as well. Well, it'll be something simple tonight. Slightly. Well, yeah, I got a New York strip in the fridge right now. Oh, hold on. All right. So, got a nice New York strip here, 0.83 pounds. So, I don't know. I guess that comes out to 10%. You know, like 13 ounces or so. So, I'm just packing up for the day, getting ready for dinner right now, VIP. Yeah, well, you know, as long as you're not eating my dogs, I really don't care. You know, my culture is not there. Steak will be for dinner. We're gonna do it real simple. We're gonna give it a nice little salt bath here. We're gonna give it. Actually, we're just gonna do it salt, maybe. Yeah. A little bit of black pepper. We'll do the big chunks, you know. Sometimes I don't like adding seasoning beyond salt because, you know, sometimes the seasoning burns. I just figured you were on vacation, Pest Control, you know. People have other lives. And we'll give it a little bit of garlic powder as well. rid of that thing. I don't know why they put pads in the bottom of these. Salt. Pepper. Garlic powder. Rotate. Fat's gonna protect it anyways. Nothing too thick, make sure it can still absorb it. Oh, I'm sorry about that, pest control. We'll try to figure that out. I like to start cooking dinner a little bit earlier than 8 p.m. local, but life happens. I'm not trying to give it too thick of a coating. I want it to be able to absorb some of it. Yeah, well, the thicker it is, earlier, easier it cooks. Whoever was hating on me for not using cast iron, I was going to use cast iron for this, but then you kind of pissed me off, so I'm going to use stainless steel just to show what I can do with stainless steel here. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, pest control. I did really enjoy it when the prairie dog was trying to get inside your car. I found that entertaining. Let the dogs do a little bit more work here. Kiko! Shelf ready. Yeah, I mean, you can let them soak. A little bit of vinegar and baking powder or baking soda, whatever one's the stronger one. Yeah, vinegar and baking soda, you just leave it. Let it sit, mix it up a little bit, let it sit for 20 minutes, so circle back to it, and then it's good to go. Stainless steel takes a little bit of practice, so. Cast iron is definitely easier. You season it once good, and then you make sure that it's up to temperature before you put stuff in, and you're good to go forever. And you're gonna watch back there. Truth be told, that stainless is gonna come out pretty close to clean here. Then you're gonna put it on a stove, heat it up to 300, 400 degrees, and that'll sterilize just about anything, I think. They're doing their job. They earned their keep. Yeah, their little abrasive tongues do a really, really good job, actually. And they're motivated. Life's pretty good. And they compete with each other, so they're really motivated to do a good job. Once in a while, full day. I mean, the problem is I never really think ahead further enough to marinate. Once in a while I'll do it, sometimes I'll do it with pork chops or something like that, sometimes with chicken, but chicken you can usually get away with an hour marinade. No, thank you, Rihanna. Unfortunately, I'll have to go bye-bye tomorrow, but these things happen. Had a nice little 4-day weekend. Just stands out because I got sunburned this weekend. I could. Uh, and this is where, you start to get into debate and personal preference. Uh, I think this is a halfway decent kind of meat, and I like the beef flavor. I don't think it needs a whole lot more than a good sear, salt, and a good beef flavor. So I could, but I'm not going to. Because Worcestershire, soy, whatever you want to call it, it's just more salt. That's all it is. It's more salt. You put enough salt on there. The salt I put on there is pretty fine, so it will absorb really well and it'll go into the meat. I mean, I'm gonna put it in the fridge for, actually, I might just leave it on the counter since I'm probably gonna be cooking in 4 or 5 hours anyways, and it'll just be fine there. You're not gonna hurt a piece of beef throwing it up on the counter like that. But we'll throw it in the fridge for a couple hours. I'll pull it out around 3. I'm gonna do this in a stainless steel fry pan, Daenerys. I'll probably sear it on both sides and then throw it in the oven to finish off. That's fair. I mean, it really comes down to personal preference, and I'm the only one that's eating this tonight. And I know, you can always add salt after the fact, but it's very, very difficult to take it away. And I mean, that's what Worcester or soy or salt really is. It's just salt. I don't think a good cut of beef needs more than salt and pepper, if that. I guess I add a garlic powder here, but, I'll make a nice crust. Sea salt's good too. I mean, allegedly this is sea salt. I don't know if I believe it or not. I guess realistically I don't really care, if it's from the sea or not. I mean, salt is salt. Got a girl, Penny. Alright, I got most of it off, I'll let it go soak in some warm water and soap, and by the time I come back around and eat it, I'll wipe it out and it'll be good to go. But thank you for joining me on this nice brunch session here. Daenerys, full day, George, real deal. Yeah, I'll have to be a little bit more confident. I mean, I guess product of Israel, distributed by Morton Salt Incorporated, Chicago. All right, so sure, it's close enough. But with that being said, I'm gonna call it a day. We've still got a long list, a to-do list today. Maybe some bullshit. Yeah. Thank you, Daenerys. You as well. Hope life in Toronto is treating you just fine. See you later, Red. Thanks for swinging by and hanging out. I always enjoy seeing you. JFK, I guess, was in here. Some of the other regulars, I appreciate that, the real deal, and thank you for giving legit advice that adds and makes me think about things. That's appreciated. I actually do learn a lot from you people. So thank you. See ya.